My burden for you in this particular chapter is that you would be able to tell the difference between singular nouns and plural nouns, even if they're in chapter 15. And I think I'm going to hopefully encourage you and prove to you that you actually can do that, that you probably already can do that. And we're gonna drill some things today that really work that out. Okay, so whenever you're looking at a noun that has a pronoun suffix on it, generally, which form of the noun are we using to add the pronoun suffix on the end? We're using the construct form. Okay, and what that means is, if you're going to determine whether the noun that has the pronoun suffix that's attached to it, to figure out whether the noun's singular or plural, you have to try to remember what's normally the singular form of the noun and what's normally the plural form of the noun. Okay, and then what are the construct forms in the singular and the plural? It's those that we're using to add the pronoun suffixes to them. So. Let's do this, and what this will be is it'll be just a little bit of a showcase of the Logos Bible software that I use. Maybe you can ask for it for Christmas if you like it.
I did last Christmas.
All right, so some of you got it for a Christmas present. It is an expensive software package, but if you're going to engage in a lifetime of Bible study and ministry and teaching, then it's worth it. All right? There's really only two main Bible software programs out there, Logos and Accordance. And they both work on both platforms, Mac and PC. It used to be that Accordance was what Mac users used and Logos was what PC users used, but both of them have gone cross-platform. But I want to show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the forms of some of these words in the chapter. I'm able to pull up all forms with pronoun suffixes, and I can specify the noun being singular or plural, and we're going to walk through examples, and I'm going to ask you, is the noun singular or plural? You tell me. And which pronoun are we looking at? And you're going to be amazed at how much you know. Okay? So let me grab that right. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm wanting to find all uses of bane. So let me make this a little bit larger so you can kind of see what I'm doing. There. So if I want to get a Hebrew word, I can do H:. There we go. You see how it now gives me the actual gloss, right? That's what I want. Sometimes there's several entries. This is actually pulling from a lexicon, and so I have to pick the right one. And then I do this @ symbol, and that activates the morphology search. And here I can specify specific things about a word. So bane is a noun, so I'm going to click on that. And then it gives me all sorts of things that I can search for. So I can look for every masculine, singular, absolute occurrence of bane, just in that form. I can look for all masculine, singular construct forms and just that of bane. I can look for all masculine, plural forms of bane in the absolute or in the construct. And I can look for all forms of bane when it's singular and has a pronoun suffix attached, or when it's plural and has a pronoun suffix attached. And I can specify where. I can just look in Genesis for it. I can look in the Pentateuch, and that's it. I can confine my search to the prophet Malachi. Wow. Right? This is a very powerful thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for it to be in the singular and the plural, and with any pronoun suffix attached, first, second, and third person pronouns, with any gender and number, okay? And then the pronoun could be singular or plural as well, or dual for that matter. We'll just do all of these. All right. So I'm going to stack any pronoun that could go on the word bane, and bane could be singular or plural. All right. And then the other thing I would have to specify is whether I want to do all passages or limit it to certain books of the Bible or chapters of the Bible. Now, what I've got here are search results. There are 926 occurrences in 779 verses of the word bane with pronouns attached to them. Okay, now we're not going to go through all 926 of these. But what I will show you, and this is what's really cool, is just in the book of Genesis, there are so many forms that we'll be able to look at and just kind of tinker with and see, okay, well, what is that? Is that son or sons? And whose son or sons are we talking about? So you have your handout that has the pronouns, the list of pronouns. You should have a handout that has a list of pronouns. That was something that I walked through in chapter 14 overview. Yeah, that one there. Look at what Keith is holding up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called floating this panel, and I'm going to detach it from this little spot here. And when it says float this panel, it's going to pull it up nice and big. And you see the shading there, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to look at the forms, and you tell me, is the word bane singular or plural, first of all, okay? So look at this first one here, okay? Beno. It's singular. How do you know it's singular? It's one son.
There's no
yod. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Yod, plural. No yod before the pronoun, singular. So whatever this is, it's how many? One son. Now look at the O on beno, the whole vav. Which pronoun is that? It's 3ms. 3ms. So whose son? His son. His son. Very good. Now let's contrast that with Genesis 7:7. Banav. Take a look at Banav. Is that son or sons?
Sons.
Crystal, up here, not down there. Up there. Yod tells us that that's sons, right? And then the vav at the end is which person, gender, number?
His son.
That's 3ms, but it's the one on the plural now, not the singular. Right? So you see the difference? Bano, his son. Banav, his sons. Can you tell the difference between those two? You'll need to on your quiz.
I'm still struggling with how that verb. Okay, because it doesn't have the holon.
Yeah, there's no holon.
Is that the only reason why?
The only reason why it's what?
There's a yod. That's one of the things that
No,
tells
the
you it's
yod
plural.
tells me that
It's
the
plural.
son is
Yes.
plural.
Right. The
But
vav
the
tells
vav-
you it's the pronoun his.
Why? Because there's no.
That's just the 3ms pronoun on plural nouns. Now, you just got to learn that. Okay? But the vav is really important because the vav is in both, but it's a holon vav in one and just a consonant vav in the other.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is it because it's a consonant verb? Could it have had a holon verb on it?
No. No, not when it's plural.
Okay.
When the noun's plural, it's just a vav, not a holon vav. Okay, so take a look at 6:18 here. I have banecha here, right? Is that singular or plural bane? It's plural. How do you know it's plural?
Yod.
There's a yod, so it's somebody's sons. Now look at the ka. Which pronoun is that?
It's singular.
It's 2ms. 2ms. So whose sons? Your sons. By the way, this is Genesis 6:18. So who's the you here in your sons?
Is that, wait.
It's the man with the furtive pathak in his name.
Noah.
Noach.
Say,
Noach. That's right. So translate banecha. It's your sons. Good.
That could
6:18.
easily have been add-on.
Well, not in Genesis 6, right?
No,
So banecha here is your sons. Good. Let's go up and find down and find a couple more examples here. How about beno? That's what?
That's singular.
That's singular. 3ms. So who's his
Son.
son, one son, good. And then let's find, we got to go past this. Okay, look at this one. I have Bana. Bana, right there. Okay? Is that one or many sons?
One son.
One, and it's because there's
No yod.
no yod. Good. So one son, and whose son? Which pronoun is this?
That's
Her.
her son.
That's her son.
Son.
Singular, her
Three
son.
S on
One her, one son.
I can do this.
You can do this, can't you?
Yes.
Okay, it's not as hard as you think. Okay, look at this one here. I have Bin-ha.
One
Bin-ha. How many sons?
One son.
One son.
That's
Whose
two
son?
MS.
2 ms.
Your son.
Your son. Singular. Your son. And let's contrast that with, where'd it go? Well, it was up here. Oh, here it is. With this one, Banecha.
That's your son.
Sons.
That's the same your, but there's a yod before it, so it's your sons, right? So Bincha, your one son, Banecha, your plural sons.
So that's two MS on plural.
Yep, the 2 ms on the plural. All right, good. See how we can figure this out?
Because you sitting there.
Because I'm sitting here. Okay, look at Bani. Bani.
That's in
My
the
son.
construct form.
Oh, that's
Mm.
that's one
Oh, that's
CS.
one.
That is a 1CS pronoun. Now here's the $1,000 question.
It's a
Is it
pattern.
singular or plural?
It's
Son.
It's singular.
How do you know it's
There's
singular?
no
Because
pattern.
I
That's-
remember the
There's
paradigm.
no pattern. Yes.
Well, no. It's because there's a Keurig.
It's a Keurig and
Because
not
there's a
Papa.
1. Okay? Now here's what I really want you to focus on. When we have a yod, it usually means the noun's plural, right? But if the yod has a singular dot, one dot before the yod, it's singular.
It's singular.
And then it's any vowel, any other vowel before the yod is plural. So not just the pathak, but any vowel besides the Keurig
Okay.
makes it
I
plural.
got it.
Okay? All right.
It could be a pattern, it could be a kames, or it could be a cigar.
That's right. Exactly. So how do I translate Bani? My son. One son. All right. Now let's find another example here. There's Bani. By the way, Benny, like, is my son, right? Benny, the name. All right.
Man, this thing has been.
Okay. Look at this one.
Uh-oh.
Banai.
That is my
Is
son.
that my
That's a
son?
1CS pronoun, but look at the vowel before the yod. Is it a Keurig?
No.
So it's not one dot, is it?
No, it's a
So it must be
my son.
plural.
My
Must be
sons.
plural. So it's my sons, not my son. All right? Now, look at Benehem over here. Is that singular or plural
That's
son?
plural.
How do you know?
Yod.
There's a yod before the pronoun. And the yod doesn't have a single dot right before it. It's got a sere. So we know that that's got to be sons. And whose sons? Hem is which
3MP.
pronoun? 3MP. So translate?
Plural.
Their son.
Their sons. Their sons. Over here I have Benehen. So is that singular or plural?
That's plural.
It's plural. And who is the pronoun?
3FP.
3FP. Hen. So it's their women, their sons.
Their son.
The
Good.
women, their sons.
Good. Good. You see how you know this stuff, right?
You sit
Can we
there
say those
I
women's
almost did
sons?
not
No,
say
it's
that
just
much.
their sons. Their sons. The word woman isn't in there. Okay?
But how do you say that it's a woman that you're saying?
Well, it's because the hen is feminine plural.
And then we.
So in the context, you're already talking about women. So when you say their sons, the reader will already know that's a feminine plural noun.
And how we identify it makes the difference. 3FP versus.
Right. Now, in your translation, 3FP and 3MP will be translated the same way, but you should
But you
know
know-
one's feminine, one's plural. Right. Okay, good. So, you guys think you can tell the difference here?
I just saw it.
This is really helping.
Yeah, okay. Here, we have Banai and Bani. Which one means my son?
The one
The
with
one
the
you-
exact son.
The one
This
you
one?
want to-
That's my son.
Yes, that's my son. Good. And then this one is
My
My
son.
sons.
My sons, that's right. Oh, am I recording? Yes, I am. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, good. I think we beat the horse dead, right? So let's go to another noun in the chapter and play around with it. Shame is not really that significant.
Please, Ibrahim.
Let's look at Av. Av is going to be an important one for
He
us.
said, "Ah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me go to chapter 15. That's a irregular, you know.
So it's been,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
irregular too.
Yes, all of these are irregular in one way or another. All right, so let me do my Hebrew search here for Av.
Slightly different.
Actually, I think I'll get rid of that. Okay, so we don't want Av that, or the Ave here that means fresh green. We want the Av here that means father, right? So
And
we
just
click
is
that.
vowel pointing different there?
Yeah, that's just a difference in vowel pointing. And I'm going to add all of the search parameters. It's a noun. I want singular and plural nouns. If there's dual, I'll throw that in just for good measure. And then all of this is all of the possible pronoun combinations. First common singular, first common plural, and so forth, right? Everything. And then I do my search, and I come up with 1,004 occurrences of Av with the pronoun attached. It's a lot. Lots of papas in the Hebrew Bible. Okay? So let's figure out whether you can tell whether this is one father or many fathers, and who has the father or fathers. Okay?
First one is
So look at the first one. I have Aviv.
single.
Now,
That's three.
3ms pronoun, we've got that, that's his, but is it his one or many fathers? Do you see the yod before the vav?
Yes.
That must make it plural, right?
Yes. It should, but,
No,
Avelia knows.
but
It should.
it should.
But this is a noun. If you recall, the construct singular of Av is Avi.
I think, yes.
And we're attaching the pronoun to Avi.
Yes.
So it's gonna be his.
And so there's already going to be a yod in the singular construct already. So that yod is not going to help us. So here's where that little rule I gave you really matters. If there's a yod, usually plural, but you always check the vowel before the yod. And if there's a single dot before that yod,
It's single,
it's singular. And if there's any other vowel before the yod, it's
plural.
plural. So is there a single dot before the yod?
Yeah,
Then this is singular. It's his
father.
father, and only one father.
Is it?
hmm His father. Okay.
Okay, that's the question I was asking earlier. Why is it only one father?
Because
It's fathers, I know it's not grammatically right. You
mhm,
can't have many fathers, but
you just have to learn that that's the word his when there's a yod before it.
So
Okay.
question, okay.
Is that Pyrrhic yod pattern going to hold through most irregular nouns?
No, just certain irregular nouns get that Keurig yod in the construct singular. So Av does and Ach does, right? Ach becomes Achi in the construct singular. The brother of Moses is Achi Moshe. The father of Moses, Avi Moshe. Right? So that Keurig yod is part of the construct singular form. And remember, it's that to which we're attaching pronouns.
Okay.
Okay?
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
So if that is a singular pronoun, so anything else that comes after it has to be single.
Well, no, the noun is singular, but
Yes.
but you can have singular and plural possessors of the noun, right? So I could have one father, but I could say this is our one father, right? So the
Yes.
we is plural, but we have one father. I could say his father, he has one father, but I could say, look at the brothers, their father, one father, is Jacob, right? So
Yes.
you have to be able to tell the difference. The noun can be singular or plural, but then the pronoun could be singular or plural.
Okay.
Right.
This is my problem. Look at this and this.
Yeah, what you're looking at, that is just the preposition lamed compared to the pronoun attached to singular nouns. There's the other handout that has the preposition or the pronouns attached to singular and plural nouns. Keith, show him that handout there. This is the one that we're looking at
Yes.
here. Do you have that?
I downloaded it even though I didn't print it. My question on that very thing is that this should be whole on verb rather than
It
whole on-
should, except this irregular noun is going to use that pronoun
Okay.
when it's singular.
Okay.
Okay? Because it has the yod already attached to it as
So I
part
just
of its
have
construct
to
singular.
study it as
Mhm.
it is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see.
Right. All right? So yeah, so the deal is sometimes the singular noun is going to borrow pronouns that you normally see in the plural side, right? But you can still tell who the owner is.
Okay.
Okay? What I'm trying to help you see is you can always tell whether the noun's singular or plural. All right? And here it's singular because there's a one dot before the yod. Okay? So look at Genesis 9:23. I have Avihem here. Avihem. Is this one or many fathers?
One father.
Okay, the yod will mislead you if all you're thinking about's the yod, right? Because yods are usually plural, but you've got the one dot. That's why my little finger's pointing to that one dot right there, right? And that means it is singular. So how would I translate this? Their,
Father.
3MP, their father, one. They have one father.
understand.
Dear
What-
father.
Their father.
So when is it their fathers?
Okay.
Because the form that there is attached to is not plural. If there's a yod, the yod is usually telling you the noun's plural. But if there's a Keurig before the yod, the noun is always singular. And any other vowel before the yod means the noun's plural. Okay? So Aviv, his father, one. Avihem, their father, one. Okay? Now, I want you to look at this one here. Let's go to Genesis 15:15. Here I have avoteha. Avoteha.
Oh.
Now, do you see that yod before the ka?
His
That should make you
fathers.
think plural, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know the yods can be tricky. So what vowel is before the yod?
That's a good one.
Segol. Is a segol a single dot?
No,
No. So this isn't singular, is it?
it's
Plural.
It's plural. It's plural. Now, there's really two things to tell us it's plural.
Mhm.
The segol yod tells us it's plural.
Mhm.
But the ot ending on av, what's the plural of av? Avot. So there's two things to tell us on this one, that it's plural. Avot means fathers,
Mhm.
and avot teha, that yod tells us it's plural.
Is it saying
And-
your as in feminine?
Now, the ka is your as in 2ms, masculine.
Mhm.
So
So-
you man, your fathers,
Father.
Exactly.
meaning your ancestors,
That's
Yes.
what I
your
was looking
fathers,
for.
right? This is
Two amazing plural.
This is Adonai telling Abraham, you're going to go to your fathers in peace. Okay?
You are.
Now, look at 1932. I have Avinu. Avinu. Which pronoun is nu?
One C.
1CP.
One CP.
1CP. That's we. So our, and is it one or many fathers here?
Our fathers.
One.
No.
There's a yod,
Is that you?
but that makes
That's
makes it look plural, but look at what's before the yod.
It's
It's
a
a-
dot.
No, that little stroke with the dot on the left, that's an accent mark. So what you really have, that's a Masoretic accent mark. It's just a Keurig before the
So it's
yod.
not a Sarah.
It's not a seri.
Okay.
So this is our what?
Our father.
Our one father.
Yes.
Our
Our
father. Look at 33. Aviha. Which pronoun is aviha here?
3 MS.
3FS.
FS.
Her, what? One or many fathers?
One.
Yeah. The yod looks plural, but the Keurig
It's right.
makes it singular. Right? So her one father. Good. Look at Avi. Avi. How would you analyze that? Is that
It's my father.
that's my one or many fathers?
My father.
One, my father. That's right. My father. And then let's look at somebody give you some more examples that we haven't seen yet.
Is there a distinction between the form we just looked at and the construct?
Yes. In the construct, avi will have the reduced vowel under the aleph because it's unstressed. So it becomes open and proprotonic, and it reduces to the compound shava.
Oh, compound.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Yep.
it's a guttural.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So let's look at.
So when will it ever be fathers?
Yeah, I'm trying to find some examples here because we've got a lot of singular forms here.
In the third masculine plural and the third feminine plural, is there any pattern to look for knowing when it's going to switch between the noon and the hey?
I'm sorry. In which forms?
In third masculine plural and third feminine plural, it doesn't end with nom, but it ends with hen or hem.
Oh, yeah. Well, usually if the noun's singular,
Mhm.
you use and on for third masculine, third feminine plural. If the noun is plural, you're usually using hem and hen,
Okay.
right? But for the forms like av and ach that already have a Keurig yod ending in the singular, those will use the hem and hen endings,
Okay.
even though it's a singular noun. Yeah. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my singular forms and leave the plurals here, and we'll look at some of the plural forms of av with these pronouns. Okay, this happens 412 times. Okay, so look at this one here. This is important. I have avotai. Avotai.
The tav, does that tell you it's a feminine?
No. I have avot. Now the holum vav of avot is spelled defectively. It only has the holum, but not the vav. But avot tells you it's what number, singular or plural?
Plural.
It's plural. So the avot tells you it's plural, fathers. And there's one more thing that tells you it's plural. I have the yod with the patak before it. So whose fathers is this? My fathers. And if it's my one father, it's not avotai, but avi, with a Keurig yod. Avi. Right? Okay.
Right.
Look at avotenu here. Here the holum vav is spelled fully. Avot, fathers, right? The ot tells you it's plural. It's not feminine plural because fathers are not feminine. But it's using the feminine plural ending that we learned. But we learned that was an irregularity about fathers, right? Av, avot. Av, avot. So avot is fathers, and then the yod before the nu tells me it's plural as well because it's a seri yod. So it's our
I have a
fathers.
question.
Yes.
In chapter 14, the tav signified that it was feminine.
Yes. On feminine singular construct nouns, you had ot, right?
Yeah.
But in the feminine plural, you had ot. Okay? So the ot and the ot usually signal feminine singular and feminine plural, but some nouns use ot when they're masculine, and some feminine nouns use eem for the plural when they're feminine plural, right? Like nashim is women, but it's using the eem masculine plural ending. So you got to remember that. They're going to keep using those endings, and you've got to know that that's the plural form. Okay? All right. So you guys can tell the difference here between one father and many fathers now, I think. Okay? So let's look at the word for brothers. Okay? So
Wow, this is good.
So we shall pull up the word ach, which is brother. Here we go. And all forms of brother with all pronoun suffixes 540 times. There's half as many brothers as there are fathers in the Hebrew Bible. All right. So look at what I have here. 4-2. Achiv. Achiv.
One brother,
You're sure that's one brother? There's a yod there.
I am sure.
Yeah, because before the yod there is a single dot, and that makes it singular noun.
Yeah.
Whose brother is this? His brother.
Brothers.
That's exactly right.
3 and S.
Look at verse 9. Ahicha. How many brothers? One. But the yod looks plural. Doesn't matter. If there's one dot before the yod, it's singular. Whose brother is this? Your brother. That's right. Look at verse 9. Ahi. My. And is it my one or many brothers? It's my one brother. That's right. Beautiful. You guys got this. Okay, look at where is achiv right here, 9:5 is which pronoun is the vav?
3 minutes.
That's 3ms. So it's his, and is it one or many? Achiv. One. Look at the very next one. Echav. There's the same vav. Whose is it? It's 3ms. It's his,
But it's
Brothers.
plural.
but it's plural. How do you know that one's plural and the other one is singular?
Because it doesn't have the key.
That's right, because one has the kirik and one has some other vowel.
Yes.
Right? Any vowel besides kirik before a yod, the noun is plural. Plural, plural, plural. Got it. You got it. You nailed it.
Thank you, Dr. Marshall.
Okay, good. Look at this. I have achai and I have achi. They're both the same pronoun. Which pronoun is
Our
the yod?
brother.
It's our. I mean, sorry, not our.
No, the top one.
It,
I was
both
talking-
of these.
Yes.
Achai, that's not our.
It's mine.
They're both my.
Oh,
They're
yes,
both-
sorry,
one
it's
is
mine.
Both of these are one CS. They are both my.
Tell you that is ours.
The issue is whether the noun is singular or plural. But it's my one thing or my plural things. Which one is singular?
The one below.
The one below. Achi is my brother. One. Achai, my
Brothers.
brothers.
Brothers, okay, I missed that.
Okay, that's the only difference. They're both my, but one's singular, one's plural. Okay? Can you tell the difference?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. You make me happy then.
Oh, I make myself.
All right, let's see. What about achiha? How many brothers we got here?
One brother.
One brother, and who's got the one brother?
Her.
Her, she. So it's her brother. Her brother. All right. And what about this? I have achecha here. How many brothers we got?
Many brothers.
Many. That's plural. And who's got the brothers?
Your.
Your, 2ms.
3 MS.
Let's contrast this with achicha. See how these are almost the same. Achecha,
There's a difference.
achicha.
That's one brother.
That's one brother. 2ms, your brother.
Your
Up
brother.
here, achecha, your
brothers.
brothers. Okay? So for your quiz, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to get this is going to be a matching thing. I'm going to give you a form like his brother and his brothers. And you're going to have to match it to the translation. Okay? So you have to be able to tell the difference. Is it singular or plural noun?
Oh, okay.
They'll be the same pronoun, but one noun will be singular, one will be plural. All right? I'll give you something like their son and their sons, and you'll have to be able to match
Can you
them to the
teach
right
us how
one.
to write that 2MP SFX? What is so it's suffix feminine and then what's the X?
No. The word. Yeah. Hold on. Oh goodness, I have no chalk. So if I have something like this, na, and I ask you, which pronoun is that comments hey with the mapik? You will say it's the 3FS, and I use SFX for the word suffix. The word the abbreviation SFX means suffix. Okay? So this is third person, feminine, singular, suffix. So these do not stand for different things. Okay.
So how do you tell how do you write that that's a singular noun? versus-
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is just telling me this part here. Okay? But if I'm asking you to give me the noun as well, what you would say is that this is the word bane, okay? And it would be masculine singular construct. Okay? Because it has a pronoun, it's the construct form. Plus
But
the third feminine singular.
so
suffix.
pronouns are constructs.
What's that?
Pronouns are constructs.
No, the noun is construct, okay? This is a construct chain. The noun is in the construct.
So
The
whenever-
pronoun is considered like the absolute.
So whenever there's a change in the form of the noun, it's considered construct.
When we add a pronoun to it, yes. Exactly.
Will the
Yes.
pronouns themselves ever take an irregular form?
Well, the pronouns, well, you don't add pronouns to pronouns,
Right.
right? So no, like.
So they're always just going to be in the same time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And this is what you call parsing.
This is called parsing. That's right.
Okay, the part.
Right? So if I said, parse this noun, you would give me the noun first and its form, and then the
The
pronouns.
lexical form.
Person, gender, number. Right. This is the lexical. You want the lexical form.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that was on the last drill sheet. You
Yeah,
just do the
yeah,
first- I said,
right. Right.
You know, I've been.
Okay. Is that helpful?
Yes.
All right.
Very
Good.
Thank you.
So we need to
Happy
have-
Thanksgiving, by the way.
We have to have our homework for Monday, right?
Yeah, bring your homework for Monday. So we'll wrap up any homework questions. This was really just a day to drill. All right. So finish the drill sheet on your own and any homework. The homework's going to be a lot easier now that you know this. Trust me.
Finish the drill sheet on our own though.
Yeah, go ahead and finish the drill sheet on your own because we want to try to completely finish
Y'all can tell me
15.
happy birthday now. My 44th is tomorrow.
All right. Well, happy birthday.